Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And welcome to another Bitcoin technical analysis. Now, Bitcoin has broken the $4,000 resistance level and is currently holding this. It's up a couple $100 from yesterday when we made our last video, and it's been looking very, very bullish. So we're going to be breaking this down, discussing whether the future of it is going to continue to look bullish or whether I am bearish about it and exactly what is happening. So if you guys are interested, go and stick around for the video. And do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But that being said, let's go ahead and break down this Bitcoin technical analysis, look at the candle charts, look at some indicators and oscillators, and determine whether or not I believe this is going to continue pumping, or if we can start to see a little bit of reverse or at least consolidation in the nearby future. So first things first, guys, I want to zoom out here, and we're going to go ahead and move this over to a daily chart so we can get a bigger picture of things rather than the 4-hour. And what we're seeing is, again, this falling wedge that we said could be playing out could very well still be getting used as a formation over here. You know, this formation is very well still in play, and what in fact it looks like we're heading to is Bitcoin looking like it wants to go test the 50 EMA on the one-day scale on Coinbase. And that could very well be possible, because what that would do, that would put us around a price action of around $4,400, which would be where the $4,400 mark would be. So that could be our next resistance. Again, that's going to mark right a line here where these candle body closings are on our daily. So it's very possible that the $4,400 mark is going to be our next form of resistance. But in addition to that, guys, if we're looking at this, of course, we know this is very well determined resistance. And if we look at the support, now it's even a little bit better, because we have multiple touch points on our support down here, signifying that this is getting used as a support at some level, and it was even used back here. So we can almost verify this support at this point. We can know that it's going to be a force to reckon with if it does come back down to this level. Now, if it does come back down to this level, you're going to see levels of around $3,000 again, maybe just below that, depending on where you touch this and how long it takes to get down there. But if you're looking at resistance, again, as we said, 4,400 is going to be our first resistance, somewhere in the range of 4,400 all the way up to around 4,700. That's going to be pretty much your next resistance. But above that, you're going to see your next resistance level at the top of this falling wedge being at around 5,300 to 5,400. That's going to be your next resistance, or at least my next resistance that I'm looking for, if this was to play out like a correct falling wedge, which again is a bullish engulfing and continuation pattern. So that within itself, you know, you are looking at this in hindsight saying, hey, in a perfect world, if this is going to get respected, this is going to be very, very bullish. We're showing good signs of buying pressure down here. The bulls are looking very strong. We're seeing some of the highest volume that we've seen in a long time on Bitcoin in the past month. You know, so in the past 30 days, we've seen higher buying levels than we have since earlier this year, to be honest. So again, it's good to see this coming back into the market. We're getting good volume under candle charts. We're getting good buying pressure, which is something significant, because I was talking about down here is, well, we just weren't having buying pressure, and then of course we managed to get that. I said if we wanted to break this falling wedge that we were in over here, we would have to get some sort of buying pressure, and that's exactly what we did. So let's just go ahead and talk about our one-day indicators and oscillators, and then we'll go ahead and move back. So again, our MACD, guys, looking, you know, absolutely astonishing. It's looking great. Coming down here, we saw the negative momentum dry up. It looked like there was going to be some more, but the one-day chart said not today, and well, the rest is history, as we are having a giant climb in MACD. In fact, the highest level on our MACD that we've seen since July of this year. So that's also great to see. Is just things that we haven't seen in months are now coming back into the market, and the positive momentum that we so desperately desire is finally coming back in here. And our RSI, again, is saying, hey, you're getting, I drew this out a little bit, this is meant for the 4 hours, so it's a little bit off scaled, but what this is showing is that there was essentially lower lows all the way up here, signifying, hey, you're losing levels of negative momentum. This is looking like it's getting ready to climb over here, because the negative momentum that has been so harsh and so impactful is now actually drying up, and what you can expect here is a move towards the upside. And needless to say, that's exactly what we're seeing. And this RSI is still climbing. It hasn't even hooked yet, but this thing is still climbing. Now, I will say, I'll be the first one to admit here, I did not expect us to break over $4,000. In fact, we are broken over $4,000, and now we are holding it. So what happened yesterday, if we zoom in over here, we got double rejected. We actually have a double top on our 4-hour, getting rejected from the 236, which is very bearish. But in fact, there was so much buying pressure that despite the double top, despite the negative outlook that this would cause one to have. The buying and the bulls were so strong that was able to overpower us and even power us up to a further high. So that is very bullish to see that this double top came out, we powered through it, broke the 236, broke over $4,000, set a new high on this swing, and that we're still going over here. In fact, we're holding $4,000. Now, this isn't to say that I'm permanently bullish about this, but what this is showing that Bitcoin is having signs of a reversal. We know that in order to have a market reversal, you have to start contradicting the bearish TA. If you're having bearish TA, you're going to say, hey, this is lining up, this is looking bearish. You're getting rejected from your 382, you're getting rejected from your 200 EMA, you're getting rejected from all these things that we said were going to be resistances, previous candle body closings, and it's saying, no, it doesn't care about that because there are just so many buyers, it cannot respect the bears in this market just because of the amount of buying pressure that's coming in. So again, if you are looking for some sort of a reversal, this is what you like to see. Now, it has to keep doing this. It has to keep up this pressure if it wants to cause any kind of a reversal and stay on this path. And we're a long way from a bull market. If we zoom out here, the first thing that we're looking at is, all right, we have to set a higher high on our candle chart. We have to do something like that. And if we look over here, a higher high is a long ways to go. I mean, we're talking somewhere around $7,500 to break a higher high. Maybe you can even count this area of around 6.4, 6.5K. But for me personally, I'd love to see around 7,500 and then somewhere around 8,500, 8,600 to start creating higher highs for us over here, because that's what we need. Now, that in itself is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's just not probable. It's not how this stuff works. I doubt we're going to have another January and then December like we did last year. It's just not something that happens every year. But I think that this could be the start of something that we so desperately need and desire from the crypto market. This is a great sign of life of what's happening right now. So if we go ahead and we look at our MACD, it is looking it's still looking pretty bullish. You know, as of right now, we are at a lower high on our MACD, but this doesn't mean that it's all gloomy and doomy yet. You do have a double top again, still bullish, but that doesn't mean that this thing can't still keep going over here. That's not what it's saying. If we're going to go look at our RSI again, this is looking like it's starting to get a little bit exhausted. And all that means is that the bulls will probably have some sort of time for a retrace, and that is not a bad thing. So a lot of people have the misconception that if it doesn't keep pumping, it's actually bad, and that's a huge misconception, because what this can actually do is come down here, break down, retrace a little bit to a healthy level, and in fact paint a bull flag. You know, that's what we saw over here with the 382, popped up, rejected from the 382, rejected from the 200 EMA, bounced down, touched those 618 perfectly, used it as support, and then continued this bull run that Bitcoin has and its breakout session. So again, we could see something along those lines come down here. We could see some sort of a retrace. We could even just see a bull flag play out. This thing could break down from here. Again, we're not really sure, but these are all possibilities of saying, hey, watch for a bull flag at this level, because we're still making higher highs. So it's very possible that we either retrace and paint a bull flag, or we just create something like that over in here. You know, there is even the possibility that this could be the top. You know, I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm saying at this point, though, it's less likely because of what we're seeing over here on Bitcoin. I mean, the bulls are looking extremely strong, but our indicators are showing that there is at least some form of bullish exhaustion over here on our 4-hour, showing that, hey, it might just be time for the bulls to get a little bit of a breather, because at this point they have been going so hard so fast. I mean, we're up all the way from around $3,100 all the way up to around $4,100 in a matter of less than 2 weeks. So we are up extraordinary amounts, actually about a month now. So in the past month, we're up already $1,000, which for our recent market conditions is not that bad at all. I mean, all things considered, this is really great to look at, and seeing that we are up $1,000 is not something that we've been able to say in a long time in the crypto market. So again, seeing this is good. You're liking what you're seeing if you're a crypto holder right now. And again, if you're trading this, then you're even loving this even more. I have friends. If you guys are part of the Discord, that's linked in the description. It's free to join. You know, people are all talking about, you know, the crazy trades that they've made in here, the crazy amounts of money that they've made trading in here, because it's just been such a good zone for traders, which is something, again, people crave and they desire and they enjoy about cryptocurrency, because this volatility is what people live for in the crypto market, and not something that you can always get in something like Forex or even in stocks a lot of the time. And there's just a lot of opportunity in here that people like. So that's going to pretty much be rounding this off. There's not too much else to talk about. If I was looking for, again, guys, support's pretty much the same area over here that we mentioned in our last video. If we're looking at resistance, I think it's going to be $4,400. That's going to be my personal resistance. Now, do not take that as legal, financial, or tax advice in any way. It's just my opinion and what I'm doing for myself over here. But again, great stuff coming out from crypto, because this is something I did not expect. You guys knew in the last video I said that I was going to short this with a stop loss. Again, stop loss got triggered, and in fact, BitMEX was actually down yesterday, or they were overloaded, so I couldn't even get to set a short in, and I don't think a lot of people could either. But it's actually a good thing that it didn't, because I would have gotten stopped out. Wouldn't have been a hefty loss at all, because again, getting stopped is a very significant loss, as opposed to holding this. But it's just one of those things I was not expecting, but it's a good thing. This is an example of when I am glad I was wrong, because I would rather be wrong and cryptocurrency keep expanding and growing, because the world is bigger than myself and bigger than my portfolio. So I'd rather maybe even lose some money or have to chip away at my pride a little bit and say, hey, I was wrong here, and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin to keep expanding towards the future and doing better, because that is better for the overall growth of cryptocurrency. So again, I'm glad I was wrong here. Not necessarily proud of being wrong, but again, if I have to be wrong in any situation, I'm glad it was something like this. So one more thing I want to mention, guys, is I did add a new Patreon tier. It's $2, super cheap, and what this does is it allows you guys the ability in the community to be able to vote on what videos I can make. It's $2 a month. You guys vote every 2 weeks. You guys create the topics, you guys vote on the topics, and then you guys decide what video I make every 2 weeks. So it's really cool. It's really cheap. I wanted a way for you guys to be able to interact more, something that was affordable, something that was still interactive, and something that was kind of, I don't know, yeah, exclusive but also interactive, something in there that was also affordable. So I think it's a cool idea. It's a way for you guys to really get your ideas and topics shown and spotlighted on this channel. So that's going to go ahead and round up this video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video.